Hello and welcome into a massive 14-game slate Saturday edition of Royal Bettors. I'm Jaric Rubel. Alongside me is my good friend Jake Elder, and this is the biggest NHL card we've had, obviously, all year, because it's the first 14-game slate, and I'm sure we'll have a 16-game one at some point.
Yep, we got a lot to talk about. Not a ton of plays for every game because that would be too much to cover, but we got a little something on most games. Should probably get started soon.
We should. Before we do that, if you like what you hear, follow us on Twitter at Royal Bettors. Sub to this YouTube channel. It would mean the world to us. Give a like on this video. We're active every day. We'll be live 7 days a week covering every single game in the NHL. And tomorrow there's just one game, so a drastic difference. Today we got 14. Tomorrow there's one. And before we get into today's slate, let's recap yesterday quickly. We both lost our best bet on the Blackhawks money line, but they put up a good fight at the end. The Seth Jones prop cashed, the Kubalik prop cashed, and Tyler Johnson almost had a goal. He tipped one right off the post.
Yeah, I mean, my if you were on my Twitter, you saw how I went by all that. I didn't see any of the game. I was at work, and I walk over to the TV at the bar, and I got to watch literally the last 4 minutes. So I couldn't have watched a better 4 minutes, I guess. It was fun while it lasted, but unfortunately that didn't come through. But I went, three? I didn't bet the prop bets, but I talked about 4 of them, and I hit 3 of them. The only one that missed was James Van Riemsdyk anytime goal scorer, which is not like meant to happen anyways. It was kind of a deep pick, so pretty good on the prop bets, and otherwise I went 2-1 on my bets that I did.
Yeah, to cover up the rest of the NHL, Vancouver, Philadelphia, I cashed the over 6. That one felt really good because a lot of people thought they'd be on the under because, I mean, those two teams do trend under a lot when they play, but luckily Carter Hart wasn't very sharp to start. Even though he's a Vezina pick, I think he'll find it and get it together. But yeah, I think Flyers and Canucks overs both are going to be something to look at early on.
But with that
the Minnesota Miracle Part 2.
Hold on, I want to talk about that game.
All right.
So because you mentioned to me like yesterday on stream here, I literally said, literally I said it was going to be very similar to the Penguins and Panthers game, but it 1-0 and then 4-1 and then 4-4. So it was like momentum all one way, momentum all the other way, and then they come back to tie it. And did they go to overtime or got very close?
Yeah, they went to a shootout.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
What was I watching then?
Were you talking about the Penguins game or the Canucks game?
The Flyers.
Yeah, that went to a shootout.
Crazy. What was I watching? So the Giroux goal was the tie one?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, so it was a pretty good call. I mean, nothing to bet with that, but the over did cash for you.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll touch on my props. I didn't add Giroux, but I talked about him on the show. The Pettersson and Atkinson props cashed, so that was nice. And then I forgot to mention Sharon Govich up in New Jersey. He cashed over half a point there, plus money. So the props have been on fire. And Fiala, I mean, I'm assuming we'll transition over to Minnesota here. He scores the first goal of the season for the Wild. I had him over half a point, minus 125. I know Jake liked him to score.
Yep, I did. I had him in my lineup to score. I didn't bet him to score, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
But I know I mentioned it.
It was a quiet start for Minnesota, but man, was it one hell of a finish.
Well, they had the opportunities.
They did a lot of power plays. Stolar's 40-plus saves. I mean, tip of the hockey helmet to him. But that felt good to cash that regulation bet. I was in the middle of typing my loser tweet. I was like, loser in Minnesota Wild in regulation.
I think I will go out normally.
Probably.
But transition into today.
Yeah, so I went 2-1 yesterday. 3-3 in the point props, right? 3-0, I guess, in the point props. 3 for 3, I should say, and then 3 for 6 or a 3-3 record in the goal props. And that was a really profitable day in the NHL yesterday, and that felt good to get off the schneid.
Yeah, I mean, not counting. Well, I didn't really talk about it much, but I did do a side bet that cashed me 100. So one of my biggest wins I've ever had. So. that was nice to feel.
Nice. So we'll get into today's slate now, and I know we normally do props after we go through each and every game, but I think because there's so many games, if we don't like want to bet something, we'll give you what we think, player wise, and like when we break down that game. So that'll help make things go a little faster and get through this long slate a little quicker.
Yeah, definitely.
So without further ado, we got a noon game. It's on the NHL Network. The Buffalo Sabres are hosting the Arizona Coyotes. I know everybody's excited for this one. All of us degenerates will be tuning in because who doesn't want to watch the two worst teams in the NHL go head to head?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
Yotes are plus 100, Sabres minus 120, over-unders at 5.5, shaded to over minus 120. Now, I'm probably not going to take anything from a sides total perspective in this one. Sabres weren't awful against the Canadiens. I mean, the Yotes were a disaster against the Jackets. But I feel like that's a trap and an reacting thing to where I don't even want to pick a side in this game because it still could go either way. These are two bad teams. So I probably will look towards some props in this game. I'll get to them in a second. What do you think, or which way are you looking in this one?
I'm hoping it turns out to be like the Columbus and Arizona game, so that way it's entertaining at least.
Right.
I feel like it's too much of an obvious pick to take the over because they're both just scoring teams. Nothing more to it. Like I don't
know if Arizona's going to be a scoring team, but I know Buffalo doesn't have the defense or goaltending to exactly wow anyone.
I know. Well, and then like I don't know. Arizona's only goal scorers like Clayton Keller and Jacob Chikrin, if you want to count that.
Right.
But I definitely want to bet the over 5.5. But if things come down to it, the third period over is probably going to look really good for that game.
True. Maybe both teams to score period 3.
Yeah, I would definitely think that it should be because either the game's going to be close or someone's going to score 8 goals again. Like I don't know. I don't.
Well, I don't know if they'll get 8, but maybe like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
I get what you're saying. It'll be a blowout.
It's either gonna be a blowout because I don't see it being like 1-1 highly contested game or 2-2 like some teams. So I don't know. I like the third period over with the goalie pulled some point and just no care in the game except for goal scoring.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look towards the prop department. I can't speak. I just woke up. I like Kyle Okposo to score a goal plus 425. He was all over the ice against the Canadiens. He had 5 shots. He had a goal assist. He dominated on that line with Cody Eakin and Zemgus Girgensson, and that's the fourth line. And they're going to be matched up with like Andrew Ladd, Antoine. Like they're going to be matched up with a bunch of geezers on Arizona, and I think they're definitely going to be able to, get their shots and basically finish where they left off against the Canadiens. So I like Okposo 425. I didn't do Eakin plus 475, but because I didn't do him, he'll probably score. So if you want to dabble on him at 475. And I like Rasmus Asplund plus 330. That's my guy. He's playing on the second line with Tage Thompson and Victor Olofsson. When this guy gets hot, he scores in bunches. He'll score 4 or 5 games in a row. Not maybe in a row, but like, maybe 4 or 5, 5 or 7, stuff like that. So I like Rasmus Asplund in a favorable matchup against the Coyotes. He'll be on the power play. He's on that second line. Good value plays.
Yeah, then this game's all you. I got nothing. I don't want to say something stupid that, like I said, Clayton Keller's my only guy that I would ever trust to score for Arizona. So,
dude, it's cold in my room. I'm gonna put on a hoodie. Where's it at?
That's the first. You're always complaining about it being hot.
Right. Anyways, that's the noon game. Arizona and Buffalo. I'm on some props. Jake leans to the over, right?
Yeah. And like you said, third period, both teams to score probably sounds really good.
All right.
But so the odds are for that.
Right. Me neither. I don't know those off the top of my head right now. Arizona, Buffalo, that's that. Moving on to the evening slate now, 5 p.m. Central Time, New York Islanders and the Florida Panthers. Islanders plus 110 dogs, and the Cats are minus 135 favorites, over under minus 5 or over 5.5, shaded minus 125 to the over. Let me put my hoodie on real quick.
Yeah.
For this game,
Oh, okay.
for this game, I'm not betting it. Isles gave up plenty of shots last game, and the Cats throw plenty of shots on goal, and that's why I'm going to probably lean more towards props again in this one. I do lean over because Florida's throwing Bobrovsky in net, and I just don't trust him, especially after what I saw against Pittsburgh. And I just want to stay away because one, he could bounce back. I mean, he is a good goaltender, what he wants to be, and two, it's the Islanders. Like for all we know, this could end up being like a 3-2 game. But I do lean over.
Yeah, it was. What was it? Islanders away was the under, or
No,
Islanders
Islanders.
away under?
It was like Islanders first period overs at home and then full game unders. Because Sorokin and Varlamov's records at home are lights out.
Yeah,
I might be wrong, but
it kind of reminds me of Vegas with home away games. Like Islanders at home were just different. That crowd got them started off pretty hot, and then they locked down that 1-2 goal lead. The only thing I'm like I said, I don't have much for every game. I didn't go too much in depth with every game.
after this one, it's going to kind of start getting bare bones for me on the prop side. I'll be more what I liked. We'll get into this.
Yeah, I feel you.
There's 5 plays I like.
I mean, this is the type of game that has draw written all over it again. I don't know. Draw bet's always
That's
a good bet
one.
against for like teams like this. I mean, Penguins are always a draw team too, so that's for the next game. But yeah, I don't. Once again, I can't. I don't know. I can't single out one player out of 14 or 28 teams and be like, yeah, this guy's probably going to score today. Like that's just. I would have to look really in depth to it, so I don't want to give any information that I'm not totally sure on.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'm going to give you information I am sure on. Aaron Ekblad's going to get at least 3 shots on goal. Shot props
I was looking at that.
over 2.5 plus 125. I love that. That one's definitely one of my favorite player props. He's going to get shots on goal every night. Like they talked about on the last show, Florida's going to that's what Coach Q does. He just wants pucks on net. Guys will throw anything at the net. And Ekblad's a defenseman. He's going to get shot blocks. I think he might even get a point, and his point props plus 135 just to get one. So I like both of those. And I like Owen Tippett to score a goal on that second line with Bennett and Huberdeau again. He didn't score, but I liked him last game. That's why I say again. And then Bennett plus 300. So Tippett plus 350 to score a goal. Bennett plus 300. And Bennett over half a point minus 115. And I got one more. Verhaeghe plus 265 to score a goal. Because I can't not pick some of these guys. Like Florida's Florida. Florida's probably the best fantasy team out there, if you ask me.
Yeah. While looking at it, I looked at that too when I pulled it up. I was like, Ekblad to get that in shots on goal, but it has dropped because you said what plus what did you say?
I literally looked at this like 15 minutes ago. It was plus 125 over 2.5.
It's plus 105 now,
Wow.
And to get a point is plus 110, but not a much difference. But the fact that it is dropped is
both dropped. Crazy.
Well, yeah, he had 6 shots on goal last game. Take away the 2 goals, and he still got 4. So, yeah, Aaron Ekblad's we liked him last year, and if he never got hurt, Florida might have went all the way. So
literally,
because
Norris. Literally,
he was so good for that team, and they did good without him and Anders Lee. No, I'm mixing up teams.
Yeah, you're doing it again.
I always do. I just get excited, dude.
And it's always those 2 teams that you mix up. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I literally clicked on the Islanders and then looked, and I'm like, "Where's Aaron Ekblad?" It was bad.
All right, so I like the props in that game. Ekblad shots, Ekblad point, Bennett goal, Verhaeghe goal, Tippett goal, and Bennett point. I think all of those are favorable props for this one because I think I do lean over. I think it'll get there. I think it could be comeback Cats again for all I know.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, you hinted at the next game. You had something, and we'll get right to it because Chicago plus 145 underdogs at the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are minus 180. Now, I'm not going to bet it from a side perspective. This game starts at 6 Central, over under of 6.5, too. I just think all this is way too large. I mean, overs minus 120.
It's gonna hit it. That's the thing.
Unders minus 120, overs plus 100. Like, that's just another one I'm not gonna bet sides or totals on. I do have another prop here, and you'll probably remember this as soon as I say it. Mr. Saturday Night.
Yeah.
Jake Gensel. Now, this is yet to be a failure for me. Every year, this guy, Mr. Saturday, a point, goal, 2 points every night. Every Saturday night. It's like 75% of the Saturday games, this dude registers at least 2 goals. Like whether it's an assist, a goal, an assist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This man gets on the score sheet.
The fact that Crosby and Malkin aren't there, he's gonna have to carry the weight. So
exactly. So I like him to score a goal plus 130. I couldn't find a shot prop for him. I do like his shot prop if you could find that, as long as it's not super juiced. And I'm going to also throw out Kubalik to score a goal plus 190. I mean, I think his value is just going to keep dropping. And I told yesterday I'm going to ride this goal streak every game, really, because I think he's going to really score every game. Like I do. The first 10 games, I think he could have 8 goals.
Yeah. Didn't he start off hot last year, too?
Yeah, he did. On the power play. So, like, you could even look for him for a power play point. That's not bad. But he's on that second unit, so it's like,
But he was – with that power play, he was killing it, and then they moved him to the middle, and I didn't like it. When he was on the outside slapping shots away.
Yeah, the right dot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they moved him right to the middle, and he just kind of stands there and looks around, and, like, it was stupid. But, like I said, Penguins always seem to be an overtime team. And the Hawks.
Dude, I know the draw kind of makes sense.
Penguins, the Penguins every single time are in the overtime, I swear. So it's like, and these two teams, like you said, you're like 6.5. That's too high. But once again, I see 3-3 written all over. I can see the exact same thing happening.
But I saw 6.5. I'm like, it's Marc-Andre Fleury back in Pittsburgh. He might be super excited and ready to go. Like he might play really, really well. And I'm also 0-2 at picking Hawks games this year, so I just wanted to stay away.
You're just 0-10 picking Hawks games lifetime. The ones that you
picking against them, to be honest. I picked them twice. I was pretty good at picking for them last year.
Yeah, it's just with betting them, period. I think it's just a curse for us, and we just need to not do it. Same with Bears games. You can never bet a Bears game.
I know. But of course, I think I'm on Packers first half tomorrow.
I was gonna say I'm Bears +6 this week, so I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I think the Bears are gonna put up a fight. I just think
they're gonna be +6. They gotta be +6, right? I don't know.
Anyways,
back to hockey.
All right, so is that a wrap on Chicago Pitt?
Yeah, I like the 3-3 again draw, and I like Gensel a lot to score.
Yeah, if you can find a shot prop for Gensel, I like the goal prop and Kubalik goal prop.
And I'm going to say DeBrincat scores again tonight, but once again.
Oh, by the way, remember when I said, I don't know about DeBrincat yesterday because he had the wrist. Maybe he's not 100%.
He
scores the first goal.
Every time, bro. That was literally what I said. I go, DeBrincat just scores the first goal like every time. Like when I was talking about it, I was like, I don't know. I would always just bet DeBrincat and he scores the first goal right away.
It's true, though. It's always Dallas, too. Like when they play Dallas, I swear it's always DeBrincat who scores the first goal.
We own Dallas. We're betting the Hawks against Dallas. We own
them last. Well,
year.
Dallas is in Boston tonight. You got that one ready? Throw that one on you.
What a transition.
All right, so Dallas plus 140 underdogs at the Bruins, minus 170. 6 p.m. puck drop Central Time. Over under 5.5. Shaded to the under, minus 135. And we could see a 5 in this one because it did open around there.
You want me to go? You want to know what I got written down on my paper here?
The only thing I'll tell you. No idea. Yeah.
I wrote the words no idea and then 0.
Here, I say not going to bet it. I leaned the perfection line props and I wrote Pasternak plus 120 for a goal. So that's the only thing I can feel. I trust Swayman starting in net. That's why I think the under's a play, but like F that at that juice. And I'm never going to take a 5. You catch me taking a 5, you better expect a 1-0 hockey game.
Yeah. I legit think Dallas might be the most unpredictable team of any team.
This is another one I'd probably lean draw though.
Yeah, probably. Again, 2-2, 1-1.
Exactly. 2-2,
Like
1-1. Last
like
year though, the Bruins put up some duds in low scoring games, like against New Jersey. Like it could just be like one of them weird spots for them.
well, you know how we I'm just gonna bring it up, but it has nothing. I don't know, but
I bring
you know
up
how we
stuff that
talk
has
about.
nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well, it kind of does. Well, I said the Stars are probably like to me they're just the most unpredictable. I feel like they can show up defensively and offensively and just beat down a team, or they just go down 3-1 but then tie it in the last minute. Like
Yeah.
they're just so you
They
can
just
never.
linger.
But I was gonna say there was a tweet and it was like, props to you NHL bettors. I think NHL is like the hardest, most unpredictable sport to bet. And I'm just like, I don't ever feel that.
Baseball.
But we always talk about baseball like that. It's like you
The final like 2 innings in a baseball game are way more unpredictable than a
baseball is
third
like a
period hockey
different
game. Like a
game. It's like,
bullpen, like
well, no. So the top comment was like, well, then you haven't learned first 5 bets. And it's like, it's true because the first 5 innings are completely different from the last 4. It gets 2 different
they are.
games. So it's
It
like you
is.
can never.
Because a starting pitcher versus a bullpen. Oh.
Yeah, it's like 2 different baseball games. So that was all my rant.
Like the third period in a hockey game could be random, but like not. I think baseball's a lot more random.
But see, we know the randomness, like the goalie gets pulled type thing. Like that Oilers game last 2 days ago or whatever with the Canucks. I bet 2-2 final when Oilers were up 2-0. Like I just felt like I bet the over too because I was like, there's gonna be goals. I tweeted it out too. I talked about it. Like I wanted to pick both teams to score because I figured it Canucks would pull the goalie, Oilers would score, but Oilers didn't score, but it went 2-2 in overtime and the over hit.
Crosby and, by the way, Brian Rust unlikely to play tonight against the Blackhawks. So I mean, I guess that makes me like Gensel even more.
You didn't
Well,
include
Malkin's out for a couple
He's just
months,
out for a month, yeah.
Crosby's expected to play sometime soon, but I didn't even know Brian Rust was hurt, so that's breaking news to me.
We'll see if he plays.
No, he said he was out, though. Unlikely to play.
Most
Okay,
likely,
yeah.
Well, we'll see then. But yeah,
I don't think he's gonna play.
All right, well, draw bet 2-2. It's kind of what we like. Pasternak over the shots. Like you said, the perfection line.
That's a good one. If it's not juiced,
it's -115 for over 3.5.
It's Boston's first home game. I think that line will definitely show up.
Yeah, and I mean Pasternak was getting up to for 3.5 over last year was like -140, but he was getting like 6-7 shots a game. So it's like you wanted to bet it, so why don't we hit it early? You know?
Yeah.
That was my idea with what was the shots on goal prop I took the other
Atkinson?
day? Not Atkinson. There was another one from the other day. I don't know why I can't remember it. The first day, Caulfield maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I was thinking Caulfield's gonna put up shots. Look
at you, the perfect transitions, just bringing up random teams because I was gonna hop on over to the New York Rangers on their way to Montreal to take on the Canadiens.
Dude, where's my? I don't have.
He doesn't have the image ready.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. He had Dallas Boston ready at the snap of a finger.
Yeah, because I had him in order, but I guess I'm out of order now.
I opened up DraftKings yesterday and went in the order they had him when I wrote it down, so I don't know.
Oh.
Anyways, this game takes place at 6 p.m. Central Time, and it's a pick 'em -110 both ways. Last time I looked, over under 5.5 shaded to the over -115. And I'm not going to bet anything on this game.
We're not betting this game.
And you have the same reasons as I do. We
cannot
pick these teams. It's impossible.
No, stop. You know what I wrote? So I wrote no idea. This one I said, "Do I bet this?" ? That's literally what I wrote because
the only thing I'm not even gonna bet it, but I would. Chris Kreider's got a goal in both games, and I'd probably ride that. Why not?
I might do the Caulfield over because I just like to ride the same bet all year long because it should hit majority of the time. Yeah. But so you see those records at the bottom, that 11, 17, 4 and 17. Take off like 7 of those.
These two teams.
Literally knock off 7 of them. The overs, the money lines, the regulation lines, like take off literally 7.
These two teams in Tampa Bay could take a backseat for a couple weeks.
Yeah, literally. But I do have a bet on the Tampa game, but we'll get there. So
we've been cooked 4 times by these two bums, and we're just gonna stay away.
Yeah, I might bet the Caulfield over if it's not too juiced, but it's not even on DraftKings right now, so we'll wait for that.
So maybe a Kreider prop finally to a game I actually have a real bet in. The Seattle Kraken taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. He had the two images at the flash real quick.
Couldn't find one together
they
there.
haven't played each other. All right, so 6 p.m. face-off Central Time. This was also a pick 'em both ways, -110. Over under 5.5, shaded to the over -120. Jake, I love the first period over here. I think it's going to start out like gangbusters. Seattle's 2-0 to these first period overs. Columbus, I think, is going to carry over that momentum that they had from the Kivlinki's retirement. I'm going to keep butchering that name every time I say it. I feel so bad. I got to practice it. I think they're going to carry that emotion over, at least early on. Forgive me the first period over, man. -$1.20. I mean, these Seattle games have seemed to start out very quickly.
Okay, I like that. I thought you told me back yesterday or whatever. I thought you said you like Kraken first period, and I was just like, I don't know. Like, I just didn't want to bet it, or like, I didn't have a feel for that one. So I do have first period over.
I like the over.
I also have that written down. I think the Kraken will get a goal, and like you said, Columbus should come out with carrying that momentum. 8 goals, like, can't go wrong. And
this doesn't seem like a spot where like they put up those goals for a reason, and I think that momentum will carry over. I don't think that's a dud spot for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah.
All right, so we're both on the first period over. Is it short and sweet?
Do I go back to the house with Bjorkstrand? He scored 2 last.
I mean, 4-point game. I mean, why not?
Yeah, Bjorkstrand's my guy, but I don't know if I'll be betting it, but it'll be fun.
It just seems like a spot where maybe he's gonna stay quiet after a monster game. The team might not, but he might.
Oh, never mind. That's what I want to stick with it.
What's Werenski's point prop at?
Whoa! Don't take my heat away.
No, is that what it is?
I talked about Yossi being active because the Kraken had Vegas's active defenseman. I called out Yossi. Yossi scored. I got that player prop. Werenski is a top 10 defense, top 15 in the league, probably, right? Like, he's up there.
I'd say he's top 20, top 15.
Top 15, top 20. He's up there. He's going to be active. He's their best defenseman. He's their best active defenseman, that's for sure. Who's to say he doesn't put up a goal tonight? So I 100% will be betting that. And I'm getting
point or goal? A scam call?
No, it's my dad.
Oh, all right. Well, as he takes care of that real quick, he likes those props. I like Werenski over 0.5 point. If that's not too juiced, I know he does too. I think he might even like him to have a goal prop or a power play point. Those might be some good looks for him there for Zach Werenski. We both like the first period over. This game should start out like gangbusters. I think just 1-1. I mean, maybe we get more, but I'm willing to bank on a goal probably in the first 10 minutes. And then I would probably say maybe CBJ scores first and the Kraken tie it again in this one. Almost how that Nashville game went.
And it's going to be Zach Werenski.
Werenski? Say it again. Sorry. I got to be that guy.
What is it?
Werenski.
We'll get Still my guy.
All right, so first period over, and Werenski props in Columbus and Seattle. Now, up north a little bit, up I-75, I think you would take to get to Detroit. Vancouver taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Canucks -130 favorites. Wings +105 dogs. Over under at 5.5. Over -115. I like the over here, Jake. Canucks on back-to-back. They have plenty of offensive talent here. And the Wings just played a wild game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I know Dylan Larkin suspended for a game, but I think the ice opens up this one for other Red Wings. Tyler Bertuzzi just had a 4-goal game. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this one.
That's exactly why I think that'll be under.
Oh, we disagree.
Yeah. I mean, Demko's back in there, right?
Red Wings. I didn't see confirmation. I thought it was Halak.
I thought I saw Demko's in that Saturday, but
I'll find it real quick. You keep talking.
Because the Canucks didn't play yesterday, right?
Yeah, they played the Flyers.
Oh, they did. Okay, so it was. Damn. So he's probably not that. God, because I remember seeing Saturday and Friday, so you're probably right. But
let me click on Daily Faceoff's Twitter here. They always got me.
But
Jaric starting for Pittsburgh, Vanacek for the Caps. Grice for the Red Wings over. This guy's won like 3 games in the last like 2 years.
Dang. Well, my under bet's looking pretty rough, but for some reason I'm feeling under. I probably
So
won't be betting
Aston
this one.
Reese is in, Rustin Crosby out. I'm sorry I'm talking over you. I'm giving some lineup updates here.
Zach Aston Reese. I think I got to bet him a score then, dude.
Dylan Sikura called up to the Avs.
I have to bet Zach Aston Reese, right? That's my guy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm not gonna doubt you. Yeah, no news on the Canucks goalie yet, but I'm expecting Halak.
You're probably right on the over, but I probably won't be betting it much. I'm gonna probably stay
Once
away.
it becomes available, I want to bet Pettersson shots on goal because he's had 6 each in his first 2 games.
Yeah, that sounds really good then. Yeah.
So I like the over in this one. Pettersson shots. And are you gonna scrap the under or what are you doing? I don't want to take you off anything.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I just have like one thing written down for most games because I didn't look too deep into it. But Cole Caulfield's shots on goal over 2.5 is plus 105, and I like that. It just popped up, so.
All right, so back in that Montreal game.
I don't know. I was just going to look at the shots on goal prop because you said, and so like they're slowly bringing more in throughout the day. So I was just going to check
All
it.
right, so that's a wrap on Vancouver, Detroit. I like the over and under. Confirmed.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
All right,
Ride my first instinct.
So we'll take our betting talents, quote unquote, over to the nation's capital now. Tampa Bay minus 125 favorites against the Washington Capitals, home dogs at plus 105. This game faces off at 6 Central, over under a 6.5, minus 110 both ways. I'm not betting it because Tampa Bay games have screwed me also.
Yeah.
I would go back to that opponent team total under half a goal in the first period, but like we might see Elliott tonight for Tampa. Vasilevsky's let in some suspect goals. Like I'm just gonna stay away.
Well, maybe that could be a good thing because Vaz has been really bad. Like he has not been at all any good. He was good that first period of the first game, and that was it.
It
he
just
was
seems
killing
like there's no chemistry in this Tampa team. But then all of a sudden, I turned the game off, and then.
But it wasn't even. You didn't watch. It was not.
I didn't watch that second.
It was like Detroit wasn't even on the ice. I mean, they put up like 15 shots in the last 10 minutes. They were just bang, pass, play, shoot, score, opportunity. It was just penalties, pulling the goalie at 8 minutes. Like it was stupid, and it didn't look like Tampa had chemistry. It just looked like Detroit didn't know what was hitting them. Like they were just froze. They weren't even moving. But you're right. The Capitals seem to I have first period over, but I said if the first period over doesn't hit, I am going all in on second period Tampa money line and the over. I'm like that's only if the first period over doesn't hit. If the first period over hits and it's 1-1 or 2-1, I'm just gonna sit there and watch. But if that first period ends at 1-0 or 0-0, I'm going all in. Tampa's going to come out in that second period, and they're going to be much better. And I like Tampa to win that period, but I also like the over. I'm guessing like a 2-1 second period towards Tampa.
I like it. And yeah, Vanacek, the starting goalie for the Capitals. We're not sure who's going to be in goal for Tampa yet, but I'm going to think we're going to see Brian Elliott after what we've seen from Vasilevsky these first couple nights.
I know terrible. He didn't play terrible last year with the Flyers.
He did not.
He was the better of the two goalies, actually. So.
Yeah. I was going to say, Vasilevsky, Cooper thought he was the best Bolt on night one. I didn't. I thought 2 of those goals were really bad on his part. And normally I don't blame the goalie. I really don't.
I think he was just good that first period. He was really good that first period, though. But from there, nothing much.
All right. So kind of staying away from Tampa Bay, Washington here. Jake's probably going to strike on that second period. Now we'll go back north of the border. Both teams from Ontario, Ottawa plus 210 underdogs at the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 260. Over under at 6 minus 120. I'm not betting this. The Leafs are just way too juiced of a favorite. Like, I mean, this is their last game without Matthews. Campbell's been unreal. Like, they're at home. The Leafs will probably win, but I don't want to bet it.
See, for good cause, because
Forsberg's in that. You think he has 2 good games in a row? I don't.
I really like the Toronto first period over or minus a half point or whatever. Like first period money line
Puck
for
line minus half a
Toronto.
goal.
Yeah, there you go. Puck line. I couldn't even think of it. I actually really like that to the point where it might be my favorite bet of the night. Not sure yet,
We're
but
about to get to my favorite bet next.
because like the Senators came out and scored 3. I mean, I know it was overtime, but like the Senators came out and rolled them, and I think the Leafs are going to come back. Campbell's going to be in net, so they won't have to worry about that. Like you said, that Ottawa goalie is Forsberg's
We
not
saw
having
what happened with him here in Chicago. He was the worst thing I've ever laid eyes on. I hate him. We traded Panarin for that guy.
Yeah, dude. Oh my! Don't even get me started. I was gonna wear my Panarin jersey today, but it's probably too small.
Yeah, he's growing up.
Yeah, but I really like Toronto to take the first period. I think they're gonna come out and get a goal in the first 5 minutes, and I think it'll just keep rolling. I like them to go up, basically the same exact as last game, but the other flipped around.
See, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I like the puck line in this spot. I like Columbus, but I'm not gonna bet it because I don't have the balls. I don't know why. So if you like the puck line for Toronto, go right ahead.
Yeah. Well, see, I think it's
Ottawa gives them fits, but I just don't think this time around. I think Ottawa will pick it up next year again. They'll get Murray back. Kachuk will be back.
If you go look at last year, that is literally all their games would go exactly like last game, but it would flip pretty much every game. One game, Toronto rolls them over. The next game, Ottawa rolls them over. Because I remember I would always tell, Brian, my stepdad, I would be like, Ottawa sucks. Like they have goal scorers, but they suck. They're not good. And then he's like, all right, what are we doing tonight? And I like give him some bets, and Ottawa wins like 6-1. He's like, what are you trying to say? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
What are you trying to say?
That was the beginning of the season before we knew Ottawa was like,
decent,
a team that can compete with goal scoring. So I really like the first period for the Leafs. I think they'll come out, go up 2-0, maybe even 3, just like freaking Senators. All right.
So that's Ottawa, Toronto. Jake likes the Leafs in this first period here. We got 5 games left on this card. Then we'll get to a little DFS and best bets. I want to kind of zip it along here before we get to 11 o'clock because I want to try and end the show on time. Carolina minus 115 against Nashville minus 105. This is basically a pick 'em. 7 p.m. start, over under at 5.5, shaded to the over minus 120. I'm going to keep riding these first period overways with these two teams. It's cashed in 6 of the last 7 meetings. It was on a massive heater in the playoffs. Pred started quick at home on Thursday. The Canes have all the offensive talent in the world, all 4 lines. I mean, I think we're going to see goals pretty quick in this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't have much. I just wrote that you can talk about this game because I know you wanted to, and you told me that you wanted to. So I'm just gonna let you.
That's all. Like, I love the first period over on it. Like, this is probably.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I like it too. Other than that, draw bet.
Maybe
the go-to, but
or Carolina.
I think the Hurricane. I think the Canes will win this one, but Preds also. It's their second game at home again, right? Like they're gonna want to get a win for the home crowd,
right? Maybe see the fight that happened in the stands between that Kraken and Pred fan.
Yeah,
Smashville's back. I'm glad we didn't experience any of that when we went.
Right,
People were pretty cool.
We were up with the dudes from New York and every other state.
Yeah, people from Buffalo. Yeah, we're just here for the game. Like,
same with us. Drove here 7 hours, whatever.
All right, so first period over, Carolina, Nashville. That's at minus 125. Sorry for not giving the odds. So, yeah, that's that. Moving over to St. Louis, Colorado here. St. Louis plus $1.40, Colorado minus $1.70. This game faces off at 8 p.m. Central, over under 5.5 at minus 115. And that's exactly what I'm going to take is the over at minus 115. I love goals here. Maybe even first period at minus $1.20. I think early teams are going to be struggling when they're in Colorado because, I mean, one, it's, all the speed. This is the most speed that anybody's really going to face. You got the thin air, and, I mean, just give me goals in this one. 5.5 is a good number for a Colorado game. I think Colorado's definitely going to light it up. I think St. Louis probably get a goal or two. I mean, this could be a 5-1 Colorado smacking.
All right, so I'm going to disagree with you on this for the fact that Landeskog is out, and is Nichushkin on this team?
Yeah, he was hurt too against the Hawks.
He's also hurt, and he was all over the ice last game.
That's what makes me think the Blues have a fighting chance to maybe score some goals too. I know I said 5-1, but I like 4-2, 3-3 maybe.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying is I think the Avs are going to struggle here, and the Blues should put up some points. The line's
the Blues beat them in their opener last year.
Yeah, the line's not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Maybe avoid what I said about a smacking, but I do like the over.
So, because with those two guys out, I mean, Landeskog, he's their playmaker, I think. Like, without McKinnon, obviously, but like, he's the playmaker. Rantanen's the scorer, but now Rantanen's with Kadri and Burakovsky, which are two scorers. So, I don't see that line doing much. I truly don't know who Sampo Ranta is. He's on the second line. I think the Avs are going to struggle today. I like the defenseman.
Yeah, looking at this Avs lineup, Blues might be a live dog. Blues might be a live dog.
Yeah, I wrote Blues money line. That's all I got written down, and I like the defensive guys to be active again too. Like I think I'm going to go with.
I like it.
I think I'm going to not pick Kel McCarr here again. I think I'm going to go with Gerard. He looked really good last game. So I'm liking, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I want to pick him to score a goal, but I feel like that's just too much to ask for. But because his power play unit sucks. Like, I don't know. Maybe McCarr would be the way to go. But I like the Blues.
I'm going to stick with the over because I think 5.5 is still a good number here. I think the Avs will still produce some
I think
offense.
It'll go over, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, I'd 5-2 Blues, 5-3 Blues.
Oh, dude, the Blues are good. I didn't really realize Landeskog was out. I'll be honest with that. I mean, looking at this Avs lineup, I mean, this is why I don't think that they're a Stanley Cup contender, man. They don't have goaltending depth. Look at this lineup with this is almost like the Leafs. I mean, I guess that's a point. Your two best players are out. What do you guys really have? But I mean, it's like, wow, you need depth. And who the hell are some of these guys?
No, I'm all in on the Blues, actually. Now that I think about it more and more, I like the Blues tonight a lot.
All right, so Jake's on the Blues. I'm on the over. Maybe the first period, but I don't know. I like the first period if, McKinnon or Landeskog were to be in the lineup more. So I'll probably stay away from that. All right, Battle of Alberta. Calgary plus 120 against Edmonton minus 140. 8 p.m. Central start. Over and under 6.5. Shaded to the over minus 115. I'm not going to bet this because last year I got my ass kicked in the Battle of Alberta. It's just simple as that. Like, the total could go either way. Like, yeah. I mean, it could be a 2-1 game. It could be 4-3 in overtime. Like, Oilers could blow them out. Oilers could blow a lead. Like, I have no feel on this game. No, thank you.
Say the same thing. Not that I don't have no feel, but I think the Oilers are going to win, but I'm not going to bet it. I'm completely staying away from this game. I'll just watch McDavid do some magic, and
I'll probably go back to Hyman, probably goal scorer, half a point, over half a point, if the odds are decent. I like that.
I want the Oilers to win because I don't want the Flames to win because they're not making the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
So go Oilers. I think the Oilers will win this game, but I don't know. Flames are going to be that stupid team that can surprise everybody again, but we aren't shocked because they do it every year somehow.
It's like an every other year group, but whatever.
Yeah. So,
all right. So maybe Hyman props, but we don't really like this one. Go Oilers because we don't want the Flames in the playoffs. All right. To San Jose we go. They're hosting the Winnipeg Jets. Jets minus 130, Sharks plus 110. It's the Sharks season opener, 9 p.m. face-off Central Time. Over under 6, shaded to the over minus 115. Now, Scheifele's back in this one. This game opened at a pick'em, which I thought was kind of crazy. Jake's getting another phone call. I like the first period over in this one, but it's minus 150, so I'm not going to bet it whatsoever. This game's definitely going to be a pass for me. Maybe a Scheifele goal prop since it's his first game back, plus 170. But this one's just kind of messy for me in the odds department. It feels like a trap almost. I fell for it with Buffalo, and I would have fell for, or I guess with Montreal against Buffalo, and I would have fell for it against Winnipeg early on when the odds were basically a pick 'em against Anaheim. So I'm just not going to pick this one at all. Maybe a Scheifele prop, but that's it for that one.
Yeah, I I didn't really hear everything you said, but I'm liking the Jets, but like you said, the line fell because it was what, minus 105 or something to
It
start.
was minus like 110 both ways. I think it was like minus 113, minus 108.
But what could be a good one is those game parlays with the Jets and the over, but it says over 6.5. Jeez, maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't have it. Like, everything about this one just seems like, yeah, I like Scheifele.
Maybe actually
Either
Sharks
shots.
score though. That's the thing. The Sharks have goal scorers. That's where it ends though. Like their defensemen are goal scorers, so like do they really have a defense? I like the Jets, but yeah, I don't know if we'll be betting it. Maybe add it to a parlay. This is not a bad parlay adder at minus 140. Like it's pretty good if you parlay. Like I was thinking, like if I'm liking the Blues so much, I'll parlay them with the Blues because I think they're a lock. It's just the line fell, so that's my pick. Yeah,
So,
goal scorers. Maybe Scheifele being back, and well, Kyle Connor already scored. That top line.
okay. Here, not to cut you off, but Klingberg just now out for Dallas, and Holtby's getting the start in that. So that'll be interesting how that goes. I know Klingberg got hurt against New York the other day. Kreider gave him a hit, and he got tied up with someone else, and his leg bent awkwardly.
Dang. So should I go with Miro Heiskanen again?
Maybe power play
Hey,
type.
bro,
Like that's gonna be a low scoring
time.
game.
He hit last time. You're right. It is gonna be low scoring. Maybe shots on goal though.
All right. One last game here on
I got
this.
one more thing.
Okay. Go. We got like 10 minutes.
Ehlers to score because Stastny will actually be playing with him this time, and I didn't like whoever had center last time. I don't know.
I like it.
But yeah. So I went to Ehlers last time, and I'm gonna go back to him this time now that the lines are back to normal.
All right. One last game here on this 14-game Saturday slate. Minnesota minus 125 against the Kings plus 105. 9:30 p.m. Central face-off. Over under 5.5 minus 110 both ways. I'm looking first period over here, Jake. I think this is going to be a game. Minnesota's going to want to start better than they did against Anaheim last night. LA, they had a good first period last game against Vegas. They played. They won that period 2-1. They came on late. And I think we're going to see goals in this one for the sole reason that, I mean, what I just mentioned about LA in that first period. And Minnesota owned this team last year, especially Kaprizov. Kaprizov had 6 goals and 3 assists in 8 games versus these guys last year. And I like him for a goal prop as well at plus 145. I'm sorry, I probably just took words.
Yes, you did, bro. I literally woke up, or like last night was thinking, woke up this morning, like, dude, Kaprizov's going to go off. He didn't do much. He got an assist yesterday, but I feel like he's just tonight's his night. But for some reason, I don't like the over, and I don't know why. But because like I bet the under for the last Kings game, realizing, and then I read a tweet. It was like, I read a tweet that was like, Kings are an over team all year, and then I was like, I guess not. I guess that's very true, but I just don't see.
Kings have goal scoring and no defense. I think they like okay. When I was going to bed last night. I think Kings are like their unders are going to go 5 or like 4-1, and then their overs are always going to be like 3-3 OT.
Yeah, I don't think Kopizar. He's not going to do the same thing he did last time. Drew Doughty. I mean, I don't think he'll get a goal again. Like, I don't know. But
Nick Earl chiming in here with the Kings money line plus 127. He's fading the Wild again. He did it last night with the Ducks, and it almost worked out for him. Stolarz with the 40-plus saves, and he's fading the Minnesota Wild once again here. And I'm not going to doubt that. I just think we're going to get scoring early in this one. Kaprizov probably get on the score sheet. I'm not picking a side, but I'm not going to doubt you on the Kings there.
Yeah, no, I like Kaprizov to score for sure, though. Plus 145, though. It's getting low.
All right, so that wraps up a 14-game betting slate in the NHL. I like the Seattle Columbus first period over. I also like, I'm going to scroll through my games here. I also like the over in Vancouver, Detroit. I like the first period over in Nashville, Carolina. I like the over in St. Louis, Colorado, 5.5 that is. And I like the first period over in Minnesota, LA.
I got third period over for the Yotes in Buffalo. Basically depending on how the game goes, though. If it's low scoring, if it's high scoring, I think there'll be more goals in the third period. I like the Hawks and Penguins draw just because the Penguins are always a draw team. And Hawks and Penguins always seem to get to overtime, so I like that one. First period over in the Kraken Columbus. You've convinced me, but I also was on it, but you made me more on it. Winerski, not Winerski. Werenski to score.
There it is.
First period over in Tampa Capitals. If not, we're going to go hammer that second period Tampa money line and the over if it's not going over in the first period. I said I really like the Leafs first period money line. Blues money line. I'm on that. And then Kaprizov to score. Let's see.
All right.
Got a few in here. He says he's on Seattle, Carolina team total over and over 5.5. And
I think those are all solid bets, especially that Carolina team total over is a good look, to be honest.
Yes, it definitely is. Goals. I think they score at least 4, I think. Yeah, similar to the game we probably went to.
Quickly here before we get to best bets, I do want to get through our DFS segment here. We're approaching 11 o'clock. I don't want to overlap any other shows that might be beginning. First centerman, I like Elias Pettersson and Cole Sillinger. I mean, those are kind of just two guys I've been riding. Sillinger's super cheap, and Pettersson's going to get a boatload of shots on goal. He'll probably even get a goal again tonight. Gensel, Mr. Saturday Night on the wing. I like David Pastrnak for Boston. I think that perfection line will go off, but it's too expensive to put a lot of them on there. Cheap option here, Mackenzie Entwistle. He had a goal post last night, and I've liked what I've seen from him at the end of last season and through the preseason. He's a super cheap, affordable option you could put in there. Same with the utility option. I like Hendrix Lapierre. He scored a goal the other night in his debut. He's only $2,500. He's super cheap. And if Elliott starts, even Vasilevsky hasn't been sharp, I think we'll probably end up seeing some goals in that game. Shesterkin in net. Montreal can't seem to find the back of the net. They got 2 goals in 2 games. And on defense, Adam Fox, he gets plenty of shots on goal. And I think he might even factor into the scoring again tonight. And Neil Pionk, this guy always finds a way to get on the score sheet assist-wise.
Yeah.
And gets a couple shots, blocks. And against San Jose, I think he'll definitely get his licks.
Yes, I definitely like him.
And so just in order, Pettersson, Sillinger, Gensel, Entwistle, Pastrnak, Fox, Pionk, Shesterkin, Lapierre.
I personally do not have a lineup made up yet, but maybe I'll tweet it out or something because we got a lot. We got a lot of options. So.
I was going to say, it's a shame that DraftKings didn't feature the Florida game because it starts at 5 and it doesn't include the 6 p.m. window for some reason. I don't know. I might do a showdown for that game with Ekblad, Bennett, Tippett, Barzal, Pulock, and Verhaeghe if I could afford all of them in a lineup.
And you need one player from the other team.
Right? Yeah, I said Pulock and Barzal. The fuck?
I thought you were naming all your line guys and Ekblad, but okay.
Right.
I'll definitely have Kaprizov in my lineup. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was too expensive. I wanted him in there, but I couldn't afford him. I wanted Gensel and Pastrnak. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, good lineup. We'll see what happens.
Best bets.
Your best bet.
Yep.
Yeah, we struggle with those. I'm 0-4. Hopefully,
I'm confident about this one. And I think I kind of hinted that I was going to say this was my best bet earlier. I love this Carolina Nashville first period over minus $1.20. I mean, you got to ride this heater it's been on. I mean, 6 of the last 7, it's cashed. I mean, I almost picked Vancouver Detroit over 5.5. I mean, watch that probably end up winning because that happened to me the other night with best bets. And that always seems to work out when I give one and then say, oh, I like the other. And then, of course, that one ends up winning. But I like Carolina Nashville first period over.
Yeah, I'm stuck between 2 also. I'm going to go – I guess I'll go with the first one I talked about. Nah, I want to go with the second one. Which one should I go with? I'm going to go with Can I do 2? I'm going to go with the Leafs first period. I'm going to stick with it. Hopefully they come out and get their revenge on Ottawa. And I mean, these back-to-back playing each other, like, it's got to mean something for them, right? So I'll go with the Leafs first period.
Revenge.
Yep. All right. So hopefully I can get my first best bet win. I suck at best bets. Should probably just stick away from them. But my second choice would be Blues money line. So let's hope both of them just come through and we make it easy. All right.
So that was a 14-game slate in the NHL. Jake likes the Leafs in the first period as his best bet. I like the Carolina-Nashville first period over. This is a good show today, I thought. We went over a lot of stuff. I'll tweet out the props. I'll tweet out my picks at Jaric_rubel11. If you like what you heard, give us a subscribe here on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at Royal Bettors. Follow Jake at JakeElder19. You got any last words for today, Jake?
I might tweet out too much, but yeah, I'm gonna tweet out my picks where they go towards my record, and I'll have a lot of other stuff going on. Live bets, hoping they're gonna be active tonight or today. Watch games all day, so that'll be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you all for those who tuned in live. Thanks to those who end up watching this as a video. Give us a like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. Appreciate you all. We'll be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to break down a 1-game card. It'll be a real quick video live stream. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow for Stars versus Senators. Have a good evening, everyone.